Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval Creed. Today we'll be going over the second set of guns for the top tier Russian destroyer that is Project 47, or as I've renamed her, Grozovoi, and her sister ship Kharkov. So this ship is actually pretty decent. It was my least favorite top tier destroyer, but I've actually been playing her quite often recently, trying to grind her a bit, and she's actually been pretty good. I've learned how to use her really well. And the second set of guns just make her that much better. So similar to Tashkent, we have 130mm guns. As you can see here, they're not terrible. You got good HE damage, AP damage, shell velocity is exceptional at 950 meters per second, 15 rounds a minute, 180-degree turn time is 10 seconds, so on and so on. But these new guns, they are very much a lot better. So similar things, we drop in our fire rate from 15 to 13 or 12 rounds a minute. We lose a lot of our HE maximum damage, but we increase our 5% chance a lot, and we also increase our HE piercing a lot. And as we saw yesterday, the number of fires you can set with these guns is exceptionally higher than what we used to be able to set with these guns. So now, Grozovoi has turned not into a ship that can use a lot of good armor piercing, where there are 130mm armor piercing rounds, but she's also a very good HE spammer. It can set lots of fires, especially on battleships. So we're going to equip the second set of guns and show you what she can do. Now I do run her with the repair, the smoke screen, and a heal. But as you can see, there's a lot of other options you could choose. You can use a speed boost, you can use defensive AA, you can even use a torpedo reload booster. Our guns do go out to 12.6 kilometers. Is that a little bit less than Tashkent? Yeah, it actually is. It's 200 meters less. But that's alright, it's not that much of a difference, and our torpedoes go out to 10 kilometers. Do you think mine go out a little farther? Yeah, mine go out to 11 right now. So let's see how we can do. Alright, here ourselves a game. Let's see what we have. We have a France, a Missouri, a Montana, an Ibuki, Gearing, Kharkov, and a Tashkent. I'm thankful there's no carrier, but I'm not really thankful there's a France. There are quite a few top tier battleships, but France is one of the strongest in the game. Even when I am in another top tier battleship, I try and stay away from it and keep it at range as best as I can. Alright, so let's see, there's quite a few destroyers we can mess up. The Ibuki, we can get some citadels on her if we get a broadside. And the battleships we can just burn and torpedo. So first we're just going to start heading off this way. I do have health buffs and speed buff supply, so do keep that in mind. And we're just going to wait to see if we can find our first target. So our gun angles are really good, actually exceptionally good. And our torpedo angles are usable. The main problem I have with the torpedoes is that they take forever and a day to reload. So I'm not the biggest fan of using torpedoes because you use them and you have to wait so long for them to use them again. They're kind of like a last-ditch option, honestly. Alright, so we should be getting close to seeing some destroyers. Well, there's the France. Not exactly what I want to see. There's the Montana. And the Missouri. So it looks like they're all going that way. So we can come in a little bit more. I'm expecting the Ibuki maybe to be on this side. There's already a destroyer. Oh no, Ibuki's right there. There's a destroyer in the cap. Yeah, it's the Kharkov. Let's get in here and smoke up. And let's put our new guns to work. Now the rate of fire is a lot slower. You will notice it without a chance. But I already have one fire, and that was an immediate fire on the first salvo. Let's go to Ibuki. Let's actually switch to armor piercing as well. Alright, well, if we can't see her, we can't shoot her. So, moving on, let's start burning some of these battleships. I'm going to try and work on them in order. Immediate fire, nice. Can we get an immediate fire on Missouri? Let's see. Yep, immediate fire. What about France? Not really an immediate fire, but we should be able to get one pretty soon. There's a Tashkent as well. There we go, we got a fire. Alright, time to move, I'd say. Let's just mess up this Tashkent really quick. There's another fire, 2 fires on her. Looks like we have some pretty strong lag right now. There's 3 fires. So yeah, you can easily see how you just absolutely tear up anything you come across. Missouri still has 1 fire, but we can give another for her. We're actually going to turn around the other way. There's another fire. Oh, she actually did put the first one out though. We might be able to get 2 on her. There we go, 2 fires. Montana. Let's see if we can get another fire on her. Immediate fire. You can just see how good these guns are. Now, Grozovoi or Project 47 isn't necessarily the best at taking on battleships. Like I said, her torpedoes do take a long time to reload. They do get the job done, but you can only do it once every few minutes or so. So having sets of guns that can help you light multiple fires and let the fires do the damage for you is very nice. We'll launch some torps. I have 11-kilometer range, so they should be able to get to the Montana, if she's still alive by that time anyways. And in the meantime, let's work on the France a little bit, considering she is almost down. Immediately get a fire. There's another fire. There goes the Montana. And we should be able to get the France here pretty soon as well. Someone else got it. Oh well. And now we just have the gearing. So let's see if we can get a few more fires. It's only been 5 minutes of game and I already have 14 fires. So you can only imagine what I could possibly do in the time span of the 20 minutes I have for the total game. And we did get some torpedo hits, but I mean, it's on targets that were already sunk, so it doesn't matter. We did get another fire. And let's just finish her up really quick. There's another fire. You can only have 4 fires on a ships. I don't know if that applies to destroyers as well. They might only have 3, but this ship is gone. Goodbye. Alright, so really quick game, but you can clearly see how yeah, you can light a ton of fires and just melt the enemy team really, really quickly. Even strong battleships like Montana, Missouri, I was getting insta fires on them. France, it took me a little bit longer. But even without that, I still did 119,000 damage. 1 ship was sunk, 183 shell hits, and out of those, it was about a shell or fire every 10 shells. With 17 fires, we got 1 defended cap. Let's see what kind of damage we did. Only, well, we did 1 round of armor piercing, and it gave us less, or just over 1,000 damage. HE we did 37,000 and a half. But the fires did 80,000 damage. So remember, your HE shell damage itself is lower, but you do set a lot of fires and let the fires do the damage for you. So the majority of our damage was from the fire, which is not really that surprising. You just cook battleships, and you can absolutely mess destroyers' days up. Like that poor Tashkent. 3 fires on it really quickly. It didn't last that long. With that, I will wrap up today's video. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe for further content. I will be running these guns on PR-47 from now on. Like I said, just the number of fires you can set is just so good. There's no reason you shouldn't take these guns. Yes, if you're focused on HE damage and rate of fire, then don't take these guns. Like if you're just an AP main for the ship and you just spam AP, then it's actually going to hurt you because you lose some rate of fire. But overall, I think these guns are really good, and as mentioned, I will be running them for the future. So that does finish going up over all the rest of the updates and additional buffs and such that have come out since for a couple weeks now. But I have neglected to go over a change that happened quite a while ago, and that is the secondary change on the French battleships. Battleships from tier 8 and higher used to have armor-piercing shells for their 6-inch guns, and they were switched to high explosive, which is actually a lot worse. I'm not quite sure why they did this change. French battleships were pretty famous for their armor-piercing secondaries. That's something that only the Japanese still have. Not even the Germans have it. So I will be going through Richelieu, Gascogne, Clemenceau, Alsace, Jeanne d'Arc, and France all over again. But this time it will be with the high explosive secondaries. So it's a little bit different gameplay. Your secondaries aren't nearly as strong and you can't really rely on them as much, but they do have a better chance of setting fires. So we're going to be going through all the French battleships starting tomorrow from tier 8 and above. So again, thank you so much for watching and take care.